Happy Friday. Just here to put some positive vibes on your timeline. Appreciate all my new subscribers, all of the new members. Peace and blessings. I appreciate you all. The Team Angie, private personal consulting company. I also advocate for mental awareness as well. And what I like to do on my channel is put positive vibes out into the universe. I'm big on energy. And by doing so, I use my energy for positivity. On this channel, each day you have a word of inspiration for each day of the year, each week of the month, each month of the year. And today is January the 23rd, 2026. And this is the word for you all for today. It's all right to be here while you are praying. Don't be surprised or upset. Simply turn your attention to me. Share a secret smile with me, knowing that I understand. Rejoice in my love for you, which has no limits or conditions. Whisper my name in loving contentment. Assured that I will never leave you nor forsake you. Intersperse these peaceful interludes abundantly throughout your day. This practice will enable you to attain a quiet and gentle spirit, which is pleasing to me. My present filters through you to bless others. Your weakness and wonders, your weakness and woundedness are the openings through which the light of my knowledge of my glory shines forth. My strength and power show themselves most effective in your weakness. And this was inspired by the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 6, First Peter, chapter 3, verse 4, Second Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 6 through 7, and also Second Corinthians, chapter 12, verse 9. This is an inspirational word for today. Uh, where's that at? January the 23rd. I can't see. Let me turn my brightness up just a little bit. Fix this situation real quick. That's it. Well, as money making opportunity, money making activity. Those of you looking at money,
Personal journey overcoming anxiety. Anxiety weighing heavy, lighten the load with our support. This course set me on the path to success. Don't wait. Begin your journey today. Comment.
the links in the bio. So this is what I'm talking about now as far as making money on the markets. I haven't done these index, but I was just looking at one right here. It was pretty cheap, like 15 bucks. And looking at their history last year in a month or two, they went up $37 around April 8th. From 15 bucks on March, like 14, which is now. So February they started coming up, Yeah, they did. February 25th. Hold on, take profit all the way to the end of like mid March. You will want to sell and then buy again the end of March and hold that until April 8th. Make that. So you come up like 50, it's like 70 bucks off of 15 to be finna buy this. I'm gonna show y'all my list too as well. This doesn't have dividends, but let me see. I'll do this with ETF. I'll show y'all my little thing too as well. And when you sign up, you put your information in. If you don't feel comfortable putting any information in, don't move forward. But if this is a money making opportunity for you, you go ahead and you take action to get a part the share or whatever. So this is how it works. Shares into smaller pieces of stock. What is stock? A company that goes public, right? They sell pieces of their company so people have be part ownership of their company public. So if I'm a private company, meaning I a few owners, a few people that we split the profits with, and that's just that. That remains exchange market, stock exchange. You got I forget all of the exchanges, but it's a few different ones out there. You might want to check them out. This is one that I use in particular. This, which is Robinhood. It's a form of exchange where you can buy stocks, cryptos, indices, different stuff like that, right? So in short, what a stock is, it's a company that went public, and it means in public where the public can be a part of its ownership, and you buy pieces of its ownership through stocks. And once you get a piece of that ownership, you have a share. Any that you like is public or not. You want to go into an exchange, type in their ticker, type in their company name. If you don't know what a ticker is, it's basically um, a nickname for that company. So I'll show you a prime example of what a ticker is and stuff like that. Anyway, you get $5 worth of stocks and up to 200 in stocks. So you can do this a few times. So 99% of reward and one that can get up to 200. You can get up to 1,500 per year of referring friends. So this $5 for you, $5 for your friend, whatever, right? Okay, let's look at some tickers now. So these are some stocks that I have that pays dividends. You want your money to work for you, and not you working for your money all the time. Now this is a different type of mindset that it takes. That's why I advocate for mental health awareness, because to me, mine's that pays dividends that I just grabbed up. I have a few in my retirement account and a few in my investing account. Investing is investing all the way around, but whether you have it in your personal account for your personal gains or your savings account for your savings, emergencies, etc. And this is called Chineso. As you can see, their ticker is TSC. What is this company about? Chineso PLC engages in the manufacture and sale of plastic and latex. It operates through the following segments: engineered materials, latex, binders, base plastic, polystyrene, feedstocks, and American Styrenics. I'm not sure what this word says. Let me look it up really quick. Styrenics. Styrenics, based on the content of the page you're viewing about on Robinhood. Styrenics means in this context on the Triceno page, the company description lists several business segments. So this is kind of like a ETF, which is an exchange tradable fund, right? And what that means is it's one ticker, one company that has multiple assets in that company. So, and I'll show you that. So this company has latex binders, base plastics, polystyrene. Styrenics refers to a family of plastics and chemical products derived from styrene, a petroleum-based chemical building block. These materials are widely used in packaging, consumer goods, automotive parts, electronics, insulation, and more. So that's why I went for this company, because like when it comes to materials, they use this all year long. They might not be using as much plastic now as they do in the summertime and in the spring, but nevertheless, they're always using plastic to build cars year long, right? That's why I grabbed this. And also they pay dividends, which is pretty high in my opinion. They got an 8.7%. This is more than you get in uh APYs with a savings account. Usually a savings account yields is like 3.7. The best ones you can possibly get sometimes are like 4.7 or 4.0, meaning you get 4% of whatever the amount is in your account each month. So with dividends is similarly the same, but in the different context. A dividend is where you have pieces of shares, part of a company, like I was saying, meaning you have part ownership of that company. Depending on how many shares you have in that company, is how many times you get paid per dividend. I mean, how much you get paid from your savings. Basically, a dividend is like if you got four shares and each 8% off of each four of those. So that'd probably be like $20. That'd probably be like $8, maybe 8 16. You'll have like $32. I may be off. It might be like $5, probably. I don't know, but it's pretty high though. Off $20, right? You're getting 1/3 of your spendings back, and then within 2 months you'll be made that money back. Not even 2 months, depending on how many you done bought. So like, let me just pull this up real quick. This the best, and this is why I love AI. It's not nothing to take anybody's job. It's a consultant. It's an assistant. It's whatever I need it to be, right? And I use it for my advancements.
It's pretty fascinating to see how far we've come, isn't it? The leaps in technology are only getting bigger and faster. What kind of advance?
Don't worry about that. Let's just get into the dividends. How much do they pay out per month?
Absolutely, let's dive right into that. So typically, monthly dividend paying stocks can vary a lot. For instance, if you look at different companies and funds out there right now, you'd see dividend yields ranging anywhere from around 4% to above 15% annually, depending on the stock. And that monthly payout is basically just that annual dividend yield split up over 12 months. So you can pick and choose based on what kind of yield you're looking for. Hey, are you leaning towards any specific?
See, only specifically.
Got it. So we're narrowing it down to the PSC space then.
No, TSE for Trinesso dividends.
Ah, gotcha. The CSE for Trinseo dividends. Thanks for clarifying. So let's talk about what they're paying out. Are you mostly looking for a comparison of their dividend history, or do you have a specific time frame in mind?
History.
Sure. There's dividend history on the CSE is pretty interesting. They've had some changes over time, but as of recently, their annual dividend is about 2 cents per share, which works out to around a 4.28% yield. They pay out on a quarterly schedule, and if we look at the history, they've had consistent small payments each quarter over the past couple years. So if you're looking at that history, it's a steady but modest dividend scenario. What else do you need to know?
What is their current dividend yield rate?
Seo's dividend yield on the CSE is around 8%, which is a bit higher than we were seeing previously. It looks like they're currently paying out about 4 cents annually per share, and that works out to that 8% yield. They do have some fluctuations historically, but right now it's a decent yield. Let me know if you want to dig into any other details.
So with this one, they basically paying out like 10% because only 40 cent. Well, percent when I bought it.
Exactly. It's like you've got your own little dividend sweet spot there. It's all about playing your cards right on the timing.
So with this, like small change off of small change, which is why I grabbed a few of these, right? Because 47 cent and you get paid out that 47 cent, like it only adds up. It makes sense. Especially if you're not gonna be worried about that 50 cent, right? Like if you need it that bad, you can't just let it sit and build up over time. Then that's a different total situation. But you could just do the math, right? So I'll be getting like 50 cent off this $8. 50. So then a few months I'll have my money back and then I'll just put that into something else or I'll reinvest it and buy more. Who knows? But that's just one example of your money working for you, especially when you get like you could do sign up, get the $5 bonus, and then within 2 days, once you're settled account, your account's settle, meaning that they approve your account, your real too, as far as you being a new customer, Indian or a private previous customer. That's just how it goes. Even when you're doing bets and stuff like that, the money settles within 24 hours to 48 hours. Usually not that long, but it's usually like a 2 day wait, a day wait. Sometimes they say 2 days, but usually it's like a day. And then this is the other one I got. I had went for another one, but they gave the money back. They didn't accept my offer. I think so. Let me see really quick. So this is like $2. Um, where they at with the dividends? They down here a little bit more. Wait, where is it? They at 5.9%, 5.69. So they paying a little bit less, like uh, probably like 8 cent, probably like 6 cent per dollar. But the other one I had was like at 30 cent. They didn't take it. Let me show y'all that one. But either way it go, right? So right now we down 9 cents because we bought in at 189, which was pretty high. We're down 4 cents, which would be my dividends they pay next month. So it'd be like I didn't really lose anything. Plus they'll pay me that two and a half times. So I have basically the money that I'm down right now next month. And every month, the one that pays the most and it's not that expensive. Right now I'm making money off the cryptos, which is I have Peppy coins, they up. And then in my retirement account I have these right here that pays dividends, which isn't that much in there. But let me show you the list. So dividends that pays, and that's for the low. If y'all want to spend a couple dollars to make this, what you want to be checking out, right? So I had put a few together, and they always have a few as well. These are cheap entry dividends. Put this list together for you, those of you who want to start spending money to make your money make money. And what I did the other day, when the cryptos, I spent it all and I flipped it all. And I'll show you what I did in a minute. So these are like they pay dividends. And this is their company. So like this is $1.44. You might want to buy this one and see how much their dividends are. This is Sasa International Holdings Ltd, which is probably out the country. Yeah, so this in Hong Kong, Wan Chai Hong. And they paid $3.79, which is kind of low, but not bad for spending $1 to make more. They like this 190. They down 5%, so that's good. They probably go down a little bit more. You could buy in a little. They paying 13. I might want to grab one of these. This company is in Shanghai. Most of the ones that pay the most over there overseas, like China, Hong Kong. That was when I tried to buy yesterday, and they market opens up like around 2 in the morning. So it's kind of like Forex, right? You have different sessions. You have the New York session, the London session, the Asian session, and I think Tokyo. So what this would be considered is the Asian session, which opens up like around 5 in the morning, like somewhere around there, right? It's somewhere around there because when you trade in Forex for the New York session, it's 4 p.m. 30 a.m. Eastern Standard, and that's when the markets open on Monday, but it does start on Sunday, like around 5 p.m. If you ever trade on Sundays, which I wouldn't recommend because that's when the news come out and the charts go up and down, goes crazy. Really, the news drop Friday. So what you want to do is if you have a long trade, like when you're doing Forex, and I can teach you Forex as well, but I haven't been trading forex, so I'm just strictly on here because like it's so volatile with certain indices, certain commodities, and just like with stocks, you have to pay a not a cover fee, but it's like a spread, right? So because the markets are always moving, money is always circulating, it's always going up or going down, inflating or deflating. There's a cover fee. So like if you're doing a trade, you want to buy in a few tokens at like $2. You want to buy probably like $200. You might have to pay. Let's say it's $2, but when you buy in, you might have to pay 207. So you need like 7 extra cents for the spread. And then once it go up that extra 7 cent, you'll be, you know what I'm saying, cover the spread, and then you'll be going into profits. And then vice versa, like if it starts going down, first you lost that spread money and you're losing whatever money is in your account until it flushes out. Different kind of stock markets or whatever, like, and that's the difference between volatile markets and non-volatile markets. Like even on the stocks, you will have certain volatile markets, meaning they move pretty fast, and you can mess around and wipe your account out. So this one was like $1.90. Let's go 5 years. Central was at like $10 back in 2021, which isn't bad. They got room to grow back. They've been founded in 1998. This company been around since the early 2000s. They probably, let me see when they went public. This is how you know. 5 years back. Let's go to the max. So they've been out since the 2000s. They only went public in 2013, and they came public at $13. So 2012, they've been around for 14 years. Public for 14 years, and they're down $11. But they've been paying high dividends. Let me see what's going on with them real quick. So you got to think about stuff like that too. Oh, they paying this. Then let me hop. No, you're gonna do a little research, and it don't take long. But you want to put yourself in the best position.
Hi, Aaron.
Tell me more about this company and how often they paid out dividends. What was the last they paid out the price?
Regular schedule, and you can actually track their dividend history online. For example, some companies just recently raised their dividends, like Goldman Sachs is now at $4.50 quarterly, and MasterCard is at 87 cents quarterly. In other words, dividends can vary quite a bit depending on the company.
Okay, I ask you all that. Just stick to this.
Absolutely, logistics are my jam. Let's dive it in. When it comes to dividends, we want to look at the payment frequency, whether it's quarterly, annually, or some other schedule, and the actual amount per share you're thinking of. I can definitely need to apologize at all. I'm totally here for this kind of.
I'm telling you, this is the name of the company.
Got it.
Alright, so you have to tell me what I need to know about how much they paid.
Absolutely. So just to give you the straight up info, Sunart Retail Group's last dividend payment was about 0.085 per share. And they tend to drop those dividends twice a year. So there you go.
So how much were they last year?
Right, diving straight in, last year they shelled out about the same ballpark figure, roughly a similar semi-annual dividend. It's pretty consistent with them, so you're looking at a pretty steady pattern there. What else can I clear up for you?
How much did they pay out?
So, looking at the numbers here, last year, Sunart Retail Group dished out about 0.33 per share in total, paid semi-annually. They had a couple of payouts across the year, steady picture of their dividend habit. Anything else you're curious about?
Up to how much?
In total, that adds up to around 3.3 cents per share over the year. So it's not a massive number, but it's consistent. Anything else on your mind?
Nah, because you getting them my fucking nerves.
Alright, I hear ya. My
So that's the thing too. Like they'll miss them sometimes because they. I mean, shit. Hey, you want to check that? It was another one like this, and it didn't go through for whatever reason, but whatever, right? And then again, they overseas, so when they paying it back over here, it probably is a little exchange fee, right? So that's the thing you want to think about. Too. The companies overseas, they will give you a little article, not an article, but a certificate saying that you have. It's I forget what it's called. I do this like once a year, but they give you a certificate saying that this was that and whatever, right? I forget what it's called. Now this one paying pretty high. Their 52-week high was $8, so they could double up. You could buy one of these bucks. So yeah, this is another one. B&G's, right? You're gonna eat bread all year long, cheese all year long, milk all year long, eggs all year long. So this company is going to be profitable all year long. They down $24. February 1st, they was at $32. So that's like January 29th. So they started off in 2007 at $13, which they dropped and they've been down like a month. When was this? 2009. From 2009, they've been on the steady until 2016. They came up like $4 to $51. That shit crazy. And you getting paid on top of the game. So you got $38, let's say 6 years, no, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 7 years of extra money just building up. Not sure how much that would be, how much it is, but that on top of the $38 that you done made. And if you bought more stocks, like if you bought two shares of this stock, you would have doubled that up to $70, almost $80 off of. Let me see, was that $20? No, you would have made down there $60 to $70 profit on top of what they're paying out every month. He goes through what they go through, but for a good 7 years of no reductions, that's a strong company, And with food, like I was saying, like for 7 years, with the food, it got a little rocky until 2021, where they were starting to trust them again, and then they had competitors come out 2021. These are a few of their competitors. You want to go to food and drink, or just to New Jersey, which this company is established in. It is in America. And this is another thing you want to do, like if you're not sure on who to invest in, what to invest in, you want to think of like Amazon. Now is the time people go right, but they sell foods, goods, all type of stuff. Costco, Coca-Cola, Alibaba, I think, Philip Morris. Like these are a lot of different ones, right? How they are now. So these ones came up, and now they're struggling to stay up. Just like whenever you have competition, you gotta stay with the trends. You gotta evolve. You gotta business. You have to upscale. You have to evolve. You have to be uncomfortable. You have to figure things out. That doesn't mean that it's not unfigure outable. It just may take a little more longer time for you than it does for others. But that doesn't mean don't follow through with the vision, because if you don't take action, you don't experience that reality. I can sit here and wish for $1 million all day, but if I charity to get there and also to protect it once I get it, it'll be a waste of time, a waste of energy, a waste of thoughts. Not sure how to pronounce that. No disrespect. They like $16. And they came out, let's see, they've been on a good run. They came out at $12, 2012. So they was doing all right compared to B&G Foods, right? Because B&G Foods was way up around this time until 2016, where they went down, and this company was like B&G was, but they up there though, right? And they new company, so they got plenty of room to grow. And that's the thing about new companies too. Like this been out since 2012. Started at $12, and whoever bought in then been rocking with them ever since, and probably not regretting if they're paying dividends. Let me see. Yeah, they paying dividends. Majority of the foods pay dividends because people are going to buy food all year long. So how can you not be a profitable business when people eat every day? So can you when their 52-week high was 16.8, their 52-week low was almost $12. So they went down 1 cent since they opened, and they never went back lower than that. 12.69. So actually, they went down 70 cents out of the 2012 since they've been around. They had a little dip on July 31st, 2024, where you had a chance to jump in a little lower than what they haven't fell yet. So then 2024, you could have been up $6 profit plus, however much they paying out in dividends and however many shares you bought. But that's pretty high though, like once they reach that high, they have more room to grow, but you want to start getting in with the newer companies because like you just witnessed with B&G Food, but they're consistently staying afloat, which matters. And $7 per share. Bev, which is 275. Let's see when 26s, the years until 2030 when some new round or whatever. They paying dividends at 7.2%. And they had $2. They started off at $7 in 20. They're not down that much. They're down, let me see. So they went up. They down $4.87. So the 52-week high was $2.76 from last year. They've been trying to stay afloat. Like this is a company you could probably grow with. This is probably one of them ones. See, they saying hold it. If you got it already, you making money. What's the point of buying or selling? Just keep holding it. With their close relationship with parent AB and Bev, which own 62% of the company, AB benefits from ABI's scale, and the two brewers operate under several cross licensing and distribution agreements. AmBev has growth drivers in the shape of both volume and price mix due to favorable demographics, Hispanics, blacks, whites, everybody that drink. Combination of that is becoming increasingly rare among consumer staples, large cap companies. It's a monopoly-like positions across several markets, making it virtually impossible for a competitor to match the firm's regional scale. The market and price competitively, which could take market share from AmBev. Man, that was hard to spit out. Canada 11% of revenue in 2024 is less profitable than the group average, and is fundamentally different market to the rest of AmBev's footprint. As Latin American near pure play, AmBev's return are more volatile than geographically diversified brewers such as Heineken and Carlsberg. like I say, in the next few years, when new distributors come out, as far as people who making the shit, shipping it out, and they're willing to partner up with these companies if they're not already partnered up with them, it might be a little competition. It'd be hard to grow. It's just like Pepsi, right? Like, let's go look at them really quick because I'm pretty sure they're similar in ticks, similar in sales or whatnot. And then like they got Coca-Cola partners, all of this, whatever, right? They're similar with Ambev, but they were saying like they partnered up with all of these companies, but they're still their own company. Damn, they had $72. They're a 24-hour market, so you could trade them anytime. That's why I keep cryptos, because you could trade crypto at any time. You don't have to wait till the market open for the to go through, right? So if I was to, let me see what this was about when it came. Damn, Coca-Cola public in 2000, $24. You done doubled up, which was awesome. It was founded in 1886, and they finally went public in 2000. So just because you know of a company doesn't mean that they're public, right? Like they've been around since the 1800s. They didn't even go public until the 2000s. So when they go public, which is an IPO, initial public offering, which they'll show here, you can get a part of that company before 25 years. You're missing out on the gains, which is now, but over 25 years consistently profiting is, and they pay dividends, which is not that much, but something better than nothing, especially when you gain a year after year after year. So that's how you make your money work for you. I'm pretty sure they put $40 down, like, oh, Coca-Cola, all right, bet. Spend, you know what I'm saying? 25 years later, we still got that 2000 money. I mean, literally. Bitcoin was founded in 2009. Imagine 2009, just like anything else, people are talking about it. They're saying, hey, this is an opportunity. And you like, yeah, whatever. I don't want to care about that. I don't want to learn about that. That don't seem like it's going to pop. And then fast forward 2009 when they started, and it's now 2026 years. It's worth fucking 90,000, 80,000. So that's actually 10. It's like 15 years. Actually, my math was a bit off. Yeah, it's like 14, some odd years, right? Almost about 15 years. But just imagine 15 years of consistent growth, especially when it was 80,000 at this particular moment. It's probably more than that, but roughly 80,000 with the Bitcoin, which started off less than $1, 2009. Just like similar, let me go back to Pepsi real quick to see how much they got. Get into this. But you just want to sit here and do some, because it might cost $20. That might be the best $20 you ever spent on yourself. Now they at 143. They way higher than, they're not way higher. They doubled in Coca-Cola. Coca was like $70. Pepsi is like double that, 140. And they came out, let's see, I think they probably came out a little sooner than Pepsi. Look at this though. They came out too as well. Coca-Cola came out with like $20. I think it was like $20 when they started in 2000. Pepsi came out too. They're like, we need $10 more and 50 cents. We need $13.50 more. And shit, they weren't wrong for that, because for the past 25 years, they have been killing it, crushing it. So imagine you just going with Pepsi for the year 2000. Like if I knew about this stuff in the 2000s, and this is what's crazy about money, right? What do you remember about 2000? I'm a bit older, so I know a few things. I've been around, but when the year 2000 was going on, even 1999, which sounds like a decade, which it is, few decades, right? But anyway, right? If of the world, you would have been stuck on because they was like the year 2K is where the world ends and all of this crazy nonsense. Just like back in 2025 in October, they was like the rapture and all of this crazy bullshit. And then fast forward into the next season, winter last. This guy named Noah in Nigeria built these boats because it's going to flood or whatnot or whatever, right? Nothing happened. Meanwhile, moves like this are being made where people are becoming rich and wealthy. Wealth transfers when people are not paying attention. I didn't know anything about stocks or anything at the time. I was still in like fifth grade, sixth grade, somewhere around there. I wasn't old enough to work, basically, but I didn't know about this type of stuff, right? Nobody around investing or literacy, new financial literacy about investing. You know how to make your money work for you. They always say go to work, get a good job, and blah blah blah. That's the way that they talk. You know, nobody was like, yeah, you need to invest, you need to do this, do that. You know, because they don't have time for that type of stuff. They doing what they doing and they're moving forward. They're looking forward to new investments, newer opportunities. And they do share it to don't listen. So it's like, you know, you're only gonna sit at the top of the mountain and warn everybody for so long that hey, it's flood coming, it's a flood coming before you get tired running out of breath and you just take a nap on the mountain. And then the flood comes, you're just laying on top of the water because you're on top of the mountain and it didn't hit you. You feel bad that nobody took action, nobody listened, but whatever, right? You did your part. And that's exactly what I do here. You know, I do my part. You missed it. It's like when you go to the train station, you arrive late. If that train took off, you missed it. You're not going to be able to do anything but either walk to your destination or wait you off to where you want to be. That's the same with these money moves. You either gonna be there on time, you're gonna be late until you want to hop off. So I'm pretty sure like 2023 in October, because they was like, oh nah, it went down $20, we out. And then they was like, fuck it, you know, they weren't able to bounce back since then. And they like down 100 and well, they up 115. They still up when people start to realize like, yeah, they jumped off board and they've been, you know, trying to stay afloat and get back up there. But Pepsi around and it's gonna be around, but that doesn't mean you're gonna be able to make these type of moves with Pepsi, right? I just wanted to show an example of a company could be a company for so long you can know about these companies that you could be a part of their growth. Now, when a company is doing so well and they want to share their wealth with you and share some 20 no 200 years later maybe they was founded in 1965. So this is even crazy too, right? They got started, let's say 80 years later than Coca-Cola, but doing way better when they both launched in 2020. So they both been around for 25 years public, right? But Pepsi didn't get founded until 80 something years later after Coke. So Coke was in the game, but they was comfortable growth as far as Pepsi did. Now, marketing has a lot to do with it, of course. You see Pepsi commercials here and there. Maybe I don't see them to be honest, but I do see a lot of Coca-Cola commercials. And what I believe is when you got a good product, you market the right way, and that's that. It's itself. You don't have to go bombard people with the holiday sales and the special little moves they do, like oh it's gonna be Valentine's Day, get you a heart Coca-Cola, like you know what I'm saying. shit much money on advertising and advertising the right way to make people want to be a part of their situation. That's why their network doubled their profit within a shorter amount of time. Sort of say. Um, this is what you would want to do as far as like your stocks, right? I mean, not stocks, but your retirement account. You want to put some money in there and let it. Let me see something real quick. Okay, so we bought in at 48 on the 21st. 48, so we down 3 cents on here. But it don't matter, right? Like you sit here and watch this type of stuff, you'd be like, oh, I need to take it out. Oh, I need to put more, whatever, right? Let it work, let it do what it do. Just like people who put in their $20, $40 every day, like, it went down a couple dollars today, went up a few dollars today. You know what I'm saying? But for those who is like that money gone, that money working, it's off to work. It's going to work for however many years. So this is the thing about investing too, right? You have a short term, mid term, long term. Your short term goal should be at least 1 year, if not 1 year, 3 to 6 months of savings, right? You want to have 3 to 6 months of savings. And that's just a short term goal of investing. 2 to 5 years, meaning you're going to save up to buy a car, or you're just saving up to be able to, for expenses like emergency repairs or replacements, groceries, bills, stuff like that, right? The first low investment, which you'll be saving for, is like day-to-day shit, 3 to 6 months worth of bills to get you afloat. And then with your other savings account. And the third one is for very long term, which is like 5 to 10 years. And this is for bigger purchases like a house or retirement. So that's what you want to be saving for. You want to have like goals, and you want to have long-term goals as well. Like if you do this for a day-to-day pay, you better off gambling, right? Because of course you can make a lot of money in one day, but it's the volatile markets that you would want to get into to make those type of situations happen. And let me show you a little bit about volatility, just in case. You could fuck around, lose your account trying to be thirsty to get rich overnight. You know, this shit takes time, and I'm learning to be patient with money as well. So what's going on with this? Why this moving crazy like that is because my cryptos are doing the most movements. We still in profits. Like this just went up and went right back. Oh, this is a mark right here, and I'm gonna teach y'all about that in just a bit. But anyway, let's check out the volatility, right? Well, we'll just go all the way down. Oh yeah, this the IPOs too, real quick. Like I was telling you about Pepsi and Cola. If you wanted to get in when the time was getting in, that was the time to get in. Like now they're telling you, like I tried to buy one yesterday, right? Which was this one. They didn't accept my offer. Now they down $1.55. So they launched yesterday. And yeah, that was that. So these ones launched, right? Like I wanted to get into a few of these, like especially this one. You had $30, you already made, like they came down a little bit. So this dropped December 17th. They have $45 now. They have $16. I don't know if they pay dividends or not though. Let me see. But usually these ones they pay pretty good, like 3 months situations before. So they had like $45 now. 6, okay. They had 62,000 and they sold all 62,000. So that's that. That's cool. No dividends. And this is the thing too, right? Like the company went public yesterday. No, This one went public. They've been around since 1966, but they just went public. They just went public December 17th. So yeah, and then as soon as they went public, you see how they rocked, right? Because they came out the right way. They've been around since the 60s. As you can see, they was founded in 1966 in Northfield, Illinois. They got 43,000 employees. CEO is James M. Boyle. And he know what he doing. Him and his people, they got this shit together. Let's say 70 years, and then they went public. And as soon as they went public, they took off. They wanted $30 just about, and they didn't double up. Just about. That's a slow gain, a slow thing, but these are finna drop soon. Like this one might drop on the 29th. I'll buy some shares. Either they get accepted or they won't. It's best to have them than not have them, right? So they want 18 or 20 bucks. Let me see. Expect to launch on the 29th, which is 6 days. I said 8 days, 6 days. And they've been around since 2016. This is a technology-driven end-to-end digital life insurance platform that enables consumers and agents to purchase and manage life insurance. So I don't know about life insurance, but this might be something since people die every day, and industries, they sign people, but nevertheless, people don't know that they be signing them with up for life insurance. Most rappers, when they sign a contract, their contract insurance, not for them, but meaning they know rappers live a dangerous life and they're going to get killed soon. So why not profit off of your artist passing away off of this having life insurance on them, right? I don't know for sure. Don't know. Mark my core. This is my words. This is the financial advice. Do your and then with a quick, they just dropped their price, which is last night or this morning. But I wasn't interested in this because, so they dropped their price today. They just went live today. I could probably buy some today. They still have. So this company is a rental platform equipping the largest construction, energy, and infrastructure projects in the country. The listed name for EQPT is EquipmentShare.com Inc. Trade assets like the options chain plus powerful tools and whatever, right? So with this sounds, no. Technology options. I don't know about this. I might buy it just because technology is what's popping right now. But what I want to show y'all the volatility so y'all will know this and understand this, so you don't hop into something like, oh, they moving quick or whatever, right? And also as far as what the spreads are concerned, you could buy in a little that I could talk about. But index is where they do volatility, right? And like, look how high they is to trade, like $6,000, 600, 2,000, 25,000, 400. Say for instance, you even want to trade 10, right? Let's go down to 5 years. Look at this. Jumping, ain't they? And then $80. Now, if you jumped in that day, you would have really came up. Let me see. January 13th, December 12th. See, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit crazy. Like, I don't know about that. I wouldn't do it. It's a lot of them like this too, though. Like, look at the SP 500 index. They up 6,000. I mean, they came up. So they started off with 2-1, and let's go back to the max. But even because they caught, damn, okay. So they came out in 2000 as well for 1500, and you can already see how much more profit you're being right now. If you'd be up $5,460 and 50 cents. So if you had money back then, like $1,000 January, a lot of these go to 2005, but that's just the 5 years they could go back. 2020. Maybe that's when Robinhood got started and they started accepting different exchanges. They came in exchange and just accepted different stocks, put them on the list and stuff like that, right? This really isn't a good example because it isn't live, but they do move like a motherfucker. And also, the upcoming earnings is important too to know, like what they're doing this quarter as far as the next quarter QA. So they went down 16%. They went up 27%. The thing about highs and lows, which really doesn't matter to me, if they go down 16%, they can go up exactly the same way. And if they come up 27%, they're more likely to stall out and go back up or go down. Like this could happen with anyone, right? But the thing is, when they're moving like this, like at $6 and they moved up 13% or down 13 and they're at $6. So imagine what they was at. Let's check it out, right? What's 13% look like? A 13% move for today. And this is today. So a 13% move for the day is starting at $5, up 89 cents basically. So what if you would have bought 4 of these? You'd be up $4 just about. This was in Session. I don't know. I ain't finna try that one, dog. I don't know where the fuck they at. You could come up with them. Like they doing high numbers per day. Like damn, look how they they dropped the ball really hard, really hard. Since 2024 at 46,000, they just fell down the hill like Humpty Dumpty. Not even worth $1,000 no. Like that's how you flop like a motherfucker. And what I was telling y'all, what could have happened was technology around. Motherfuckers want to start experimenting and all this and that type of shit. 2010, because 2012 coming, and the Mayan calendar, like, oh, the world about to end, whatever, woo woo. And we've been knowing about this shit too. Like I was saying, from the 2000s, moving through the 2000s, we had some crazy shit. Like you say, they got the snowstorm coming over the weekend. We done been through all this type of shit before. Not to say this isn't something to be alarmed of. It's not something that may be catastrophic, and it's not something to be prepared for. Awareness is to be alive. Like when you're not aware of situations or what's going on, you're basically playing to fail. It's as simple as that. But anyway, I digress. In 2010, I'm pretty sure what they did was to double up their company because they was up. I mean, and that's the thing about being up. You were able to fall down as well. 2024, they up 47,000. They got $47,520 per share. They up 13,040. They probably took that 13,000, which left them with four, which left them with 30. 34 to 34,000, or they kept that 13,000. That's the profits, and then they put everything else into a company that flopped, and not even flopped, but like they made a volatile move. Where let me show you real quick, because companies invest in other things as well. This company is making money that they're not using this money to invest in other companies and or other situations. Majority of these companies, like BlackRock, that owns majority of companies, they spend money in cryptos. They buy like $1 million of Bitcoin. They buy like billion, been buying like a couple hundred million Ethereum coins and stuff like that. Now, if they're not done with their money because they top dogs. Usually top dogs who've been doing this for a long time, they know what they're doing. They have the keys, and I'll share a few keys with you as well soon. But they don't try to get rich overnight, which this company probably did, and they fuck around and almost lost their company overnight. As you can see, May 2024, on May 24th, they had something in something probably for a loan, right? Let's just say fuck around June. But from June to fuck June, dog, one whole year they flopped. From 24 to 25 in June, they just dropped. Because they was like, maybe the world gonna end, maybe not. Who knows? How many years this go back? This 5 years, okay. I need to see 2012 in particular. 2020. They're not gonna go all the way back. So yeah, that's that 32,000. Like I was saying, well, 34. I was a little bit off. Rocking it. Then they whatever they did right here, they must have put the money into a indice, right? Because that's the only thing I can think of. You got 3 bands. Well, you got 39,000, right? And then they went up 7,000. So they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. They did, I believe they did it before, because for you to go up 7,000 overnight or within a month or two, which is possible, their investments in something that's pretty volatile. And they kept doing it. They had started a bad habit. And that bad, now they're probably getting new owners. Let's see, right? This is my prediction. They're getting new owners, new management. They're clearing up the mindset of the company. And let's see. Menzu, he didn't know what he was doing. They don't pay no dividends, nothing like that. They don't got no news coming out. They trying to figure shit out. So it's February 27th pre-market is when they're going to report their earnings. They probably might not even be a company anymore. But yeah, you like that, right? Companies like this, you being an investor like them, around you'll lose everything. But you see, they up 16%. Damn, hold on. Okay, they up 18% today, which means they was down $5 yesterday. I mean, earlier today. And this company, this is the last thing, but it's just some information and some awareness on what to do and what not to do when you're trying to make money, because it takes time to make money. Rob a bank or do some old weird shit, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So let's go back 1 year with this company, which today, they still up. Let's go back 5 years. $7. Okay, they only down $2. So like they volatile, right? These are the volatile situations I was telling you. Like, look how these motherfuckers move. Couple months they back up to $2, $7, $3. Like, these are really rocky, dog. Like, unless this company got a solid foundation and they pay dividends, like they paying 4.0. This is in Hong Kong, Central and Western Hong Kong. Yu Wu is the owner. He's running it all by himself. And shit, he got this he got this shit going on. But the way that he trade, the way that he running his company, let's see what they do. Costco Shipping Ports, I forgot what the LTD stands for, is a holding company which engages in the operation and management of terminal businesses. It operates through the terminal and related business. In other segments, the terminals and related business segment engages in the terminal operations, container handling, transportation, and storage. That was a mouthful. But 27 weird legal loopholes used to get rich.
Hard. It's about finding the dumbest legal gray area and sprinting through it before the lawyers wake up. 1. The free
with this situation because okay, try to get through this really quick.
mail in barcodes from their products to earn airline miles, absurdly underpriced in the system. So he bought over 12,000 of them. Yes, entire truckloads, spending about $3,000. After mailing in air miles, enough for dozens of lifetime flights. He then donated the pudding write-off. The man literally turned pudding into plane tickets, while coupons for 50 cents off coffee. He found the ultimate cheat code for capital. Genius. 2. The guy who sold air. And 1. In the early 2000s, a Canadian entrepreneur.
But we all know the elements of water, which is hydrogen and 2 oxygens. Now, you look at the period where that teaches you what elements are. Like, you know, metals is an element. It's certain different types of metals. You got gold, silver, platinum, titanium, and stuff like that, right? That's just one element, which is through metals. And then you have different elements like earth, wind, fire, all of that, right? And they break down the components or whatnot. But yeah, it's just about using your mind to take action. Like the other day, well, I don't know if I showed y'all now. Let me just show you what I did before I end this real quick. Because being aware is being alive, right? And being alive is to be aware. Signs and symbols are for the conscious mind, for the mind that's aware of those signs and symbols. So let me show you what I did, right? And like I was, but they rejected my my offer. They didn't have enough shares to go around, so I wasn't selected to have my offer approved. And I was only trying to buy one share anyway. So they're probably like, well, you only try to buy one. This guy 110, this guy 120. We'll get them the most because we only got like 60,000 and maybe 15,000 people want to buy half of that. So, you know, like 15,000 people out of 60,000 people, that's half, but that half bought the majority of what they had for their company. It was only the companies that go public here, they might go 1 million shares out. Out of those 1 million shares, we might get 60,000. Somebody else might get 80,000. The SP 500 or whatever, the Nasdaq, they might get like 70,000. You know, and out of those whole 1 million shares that the company went public with, they passed it around to different exchanges, and those different exchanges sell at a portion or whatnot, and they make a little. But anyway, so the symbols to me was 1, that didn't work out. 2, I did it again. It did the exact same thing. 3, when these things were happening, I was like, let me just recalibrate myself. Let me, you know, declutter my mind and release some negative energy. So I do my rituals. I bathe, you know, meditate, whatnot, and I'm channeling in the energy, money, the money energy, or whatever. And then now here it is. I'm seeing 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4. Like the time of the day, right? It's in 12:34, or it's 1:23 type ish, right? So I synced that 3 times. And the last time I synced it, it was they was selling me a notification about my stuff didn't go through because I was trying to buy the China one too, like I told y'all, from Hong Kong, that was paying the most dividends because this was my mindset. Went up my meditation and my spirit. Use the money you got, let that work for itself. Don't. So I'm like, all right, bet I did that, and now I'm waiting. Here's my next sign, which was at it was last night, right? No, it was maybe 2 days ago or 3 days. It should have been happening a lot because it's been when they offer. I put in two companies that was overseas that pays dividends, which is two I just showed you. I just bought these two, which are these two. Get a better price, a cheaper price. It was none, but whatever, right? I only lost probably like 10 cents, maybe not even that much. But I bought this one, which is overseas as well. To see it, this one went through, which I didn't think that it would have. So I'm like, fuck it, right? I had more of these, but I sold a few to right. So this company, like now we down to 5 cents, so we finna be even profit soon. But anyway, this company is in Sao Paulo, which I don't know where that is. Benjamin Sternberg, the one who started this in 1913. So this has been in his family for centuries, at least 100 years. Anyway, let's go back to what I did, right? Because when I put these orders in, let me show you. So they like hold, and I'm glad I bought. Like, don't worry about it. But anyway, right? So on the 23 hours ago, so yeah, bye. Oh yeah, so I bought in. Okay, so I bought like $8 worth, right? Like $1.66, and then another $7 and 37 cents. So when I tell y'all, like I got that notification that the other one didn't go through, I was like, damn, now, and didn't know what to do with it. Everything was kind of off balance at that moment. I was like, whatever, right? And then 23 hours ago, yeah, so I sold a few of these so I could just have a couple more dollars in my account, right? So I sold like a few more. I had like 3.9, then I sold like 1.6 or something. I don't know. But anyway, I had that money sitting to the side when I had got the notification. And then what I did was I bought, what did I buy? XRPs. Right? No, I'm skipping. I'm skipping it. But I did buy some XRPs to buy that company, that stock that didn't go through. So that's what I was doing on my account. I was like moving stuff around because I was trying to buy the IPO and just sit with that for a couple months. That didn't work out. I didn't force the situation or whatever, right? So what I did was I bought something. Let me see my cryptos real quick. Show the history. I'm not gonna show it right here, but on my phone. What I did was, let me see something real quick. So they got it on here. I don't know if you can see it on here. Maybe, maybe not. It's called predictions, right? Yeah, they're not showing it. But anyway, long story short, let me see if I can look at it in my notifications. Maybe. They always doing some shit. You can review it in a bit. But anyway, right? It's called it's not even on there. Yeah, they don't show all this on the web. On the web on the the laptop. Damn. So I bought, they're not even showing it, but this is where I had tried to buy that IPO. And I did a lot on the 22nd. But anyway, what I did do, so I say, very limited and requests for shares are randomly selected. I was not selected. Your request to buy one initial public offering a share of ETO cannot be fulfilled. And that was at 10:21 a.m. So I was like, damn. Yesterday morning, 2 hours ago from this current hour, the 12th hour. That's when I had those thoughts, and I was like, well, whatever, right? And I had tried to put that money because it was like $18. They went live yesterday to get my order fulfilled. So with the $18, right, I had I took half of that and I bought some dividends to pay out that way. And then with the other half I bought some cryptos. Then I was like, I feel like I shouldn't have done that. Bought the cryptos, whatever, right? And while that was going on, the stock had they sent the money back. They didn't approve my other account. So I'm like, damn, I just put some money in this, and if I knew that was gonna happen, I would have put some more money into something else. But whatever, right? So at that moment, I was like, damn. And then when you're in tune with yourself tell you stuff. And myself was telling me like, shit, just sell all your cryptos, fuck it, and spend all that money on the predictions, bet on the Bulls. So I was like, all right, cool. It was like 10 or 20. No, I mean 10 or 80, 10 or 90 or something like that. Out of that dollar, they okay, 90 cents of the dollar, they bet that this team gonna win, and 10 cents of the dollar, they bet that this team might win or whatever, right? So that's the spread. It's an 80 cent spread. I mean, it's a you spent. So what I'm saying is this, right? They say this team is more favorable to win. That's why they put the more money on this one. This one's not. So if you think they're going to win, you can buy in really cheap, which is like 10 cents. So you buy is worth $1 of that contract. Even if you bought it in at 90 cents, it's worth $1 of that contract. So you might have spent like $10. You might have spent $100 to make to cover up the extra 10 cents, or you might have you'll spend more basically because now you'll spend like $10, but you'll make a little less because of the spread, right? You got to cover that spread. That's why I only do bets that's like high as paid $10. I paid 10 cents out of the 90 cent. Now you could easily lose that money as well, but my spirit was telling me like go ahead. So I put down like 33 contracts, which was like $33. And that was turning out to be like $6 to pay for it all. Like $6.80. Then I was like, well, fuck it. I got like a couple more dollars. Let me see how much I'll make if I just spend the whole 10. And it was like the prices was going up and down. It went to like 20 cents, then it went to 11 cents, then it went to 9 cents. So it was going up and down. I was trying to wait until it went back to the price that I bought in for the few. I mean, that I wanted to buy in because the price was moving like the game is live. And it's like, shit, okay, now this team went down. We say this one's like 75 cents to this one 25 cents, right? You buy in at the 25 cents. Or however it goes, depending on, right? In the beginning, it was this team favorable. Now, second half is, okay, this team favorable. And the prices goes up and down. You can buy in at any time as long as the game is live and going. You can even buy in the last 30 seconds of the fourth quarter if they're still trading. And usually they do be. But at that point in time, anything can happen. As always, anything can happen. They might be like, okay, 99. No, they'll be like, 97 cents to 3 cents that this team already finna lose, and you'll hurry up and spend like $20 on those 3 cents, and then that'll probably come out to like, I mean, not $20, but you'll spend like 20 contracts on that 20 cent or that 3 cent, and you'll get like, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 18. So you'll basically be paying like $1.20 to make those $20, right? And it just goes like that. So I spent $9.41 off of that 9. And really I made $60, but I had to spend nine and some change to get the 50 and some change, 51 and some change. So yeah, I do stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can even go to my account and we'll go to history. They might show it here, they might not. So yeah, yup. Wait, what? Okay. So yeah, this right here, right? I had 14. I don't know what this is about. Let me see. 13, 14, 16, 16, 17. I don't know what this is about on the 23. Oh, okay, these hours ago. I'm tripping. So this was like 4 hours ago. Hours ago. But like a matter of fact, I actually paid $9, which costed $10, and then it ended up paying me out $60 because I bought 60 contracts at 13 cents, which costed $9. And then when I had that, they gave the money right back last night. The money that I spent then to double it up or triple it up, whatever, right? And I hurried up and bought 1 million of Peppies at 507. So when you see the money going up, it's because of the crypto that I got that's going to more than 507, right? 507. But anyway, right? So what I did do was I sold all of this. I bought it 16 hours ago, right? Because the penguin, let me see where we at. So this is the one, right? I tried to buy this 23 hours ago, and this one as well, and this one as well. So I bought $1.66. Then and then I had 4 shares, which was like damn near $10 on this one company. And with the one that I got now, you see, I had like $10 on that too, but I ended up selling it. I sold like $4 worth right here, and I put that money into this one that pays dividends. I ended up buying 9. I spent the whole thing almost and bought 9 shares of this so that I could pay 9 more times on dividends every month, which makes more sense, right? And then I bought 18 cents that I had left, and then I'm like, I'll just buy some more with $6. And then it went up a little bit. So, wait, did it? I'm not sure if it did or didn't, but anyway, I sold all of that and I spent all that on to double up my money, like I was saying when I bought cryptos, and I sold it all to put on this game to double the money up because I wasn't making much at that time. I was losing money on stocks, losing money on cryptos. It was like I was down just about. I was down like like $1 and some change. So I was like, fuck it, I'm about to do this because my spirit is telling me like, shit, get this money, take action, Go watch a movie after this, go relax. Like, why they working, your money working, you done what you need to do for the day. This is one source of income. Like, I got plenty of shit going on, but this is what I gotta be on the most, right? Because it moves a lot. And then 30 days of crypto and we good. Transfers, spending, investing. You can see the spending too, like my spending habits on here. My instant deposit is good. I don't be running out. I'm not paying the plug. So now I got 9 in cryptos. Like, it's not the majority of my portfolio. And then stocks and options. So I got seed, and then that's the other half. And then this is that cryptos, the visual cash or whatever. That ain't important. What I wanted to show y'all was this. Like, it's at 519 now. Remember I told y'all I bought in at 507? So now we're in profits. And it just did a slam dunk. But so we up like 21. So that's down there 7 point raise for 21 cents. But anyway, like once this hit up to like Once it hit up to like 590, well, either way it go, from here we own profit. And let me just show you something, right? How you can get in. Once this hit a 2, well, we already in 20 cent. 20, yeah, 20. So 7, 17, which was 10 cent. 17. So every 11 is 20 cent profit. So once that go to, say 20, when it go to 21, it'll be 20 more cent, 31, 20 more cents. So every time this change is 20 cent. Like when this go up again to a 2 and a 9, even if it just go up 10 cent, I'll be up 19 cent. Every time this go up, that's a 10. And then when this go up, it's a whole nother dollar and 100,000 and so forth and so on. Because it's way less than $1. People be like, oh, it's way more. Like, I got, where the fuck they at? I got 1,800,000 at $10 almost. Now, 10 more bucks will get me 5 million because I'm at 1.8 plus another 1.8. That's 2. Well, it'll be like 3 and some change. My number's a little bit off right now. I'm a little tired too, but it costs money. And you want to be able to move up within a billion. Every 10 going up 10 cents. It ain't even went up to $1 yet. If they go to $1, I'll be at 1,800,000. Even if you go up to 50 cents, half of 18, I'll be up 600,000. Just like they're like, oh, it'll never get there because look how low it is now. But that's what they said about Bitcoin back in 2009. Now everybody who know about Bitcoin and want to get a piece of Bitcoin. But hey, I'm not saying don't grab none, but you want to grab full coins if you want to make full profits, right? So they catch up to the numbers to where you can finally start profiting. That don't make sense to me. I learned from Nancy Pelosi how to do this because she was crushing it and killing it. Damn, I just fucked around and forgot that I ain't had this shit shown. I took it off. I don't even know how long this shit was shown, but let me just show you real quick one more time. I'm kind of fucking irritated now that it wasn't showing this all the time. Man, and I'm freezing too. Damn. So I don't know how far I go. But like I bought in at 507, like I was saying. And it's at 518, which is almost 20 cents, which is like a 10 cent raise. So like you see the total return 19. Once you go to 519, that's 20 cents. Every 10 cent it go up, that's 20 cents in my account. So when it go up to 5 and so forth and so on. Every time this number here change, it's 20. Well, it's 10 cents, so it go like 0, 1, 0, 1. I mean like 100. 0, 10s, 100. So the hundreds really mean just like $1, the $10, the $100, the 1,000. So when this reached this number, if we go to one that's $1,000 profit, 2,000, 3,000. It even go to 30 cents. That's $3,000. 60 cents, 600,000. Not 30,000, 600,000 to 300,000, and they go to $1. That's $1 million because I have 1 million coins. So you get it, right? You want to come up all the way up and just let it sit, especially like what I showed you with Pepsi and Coca-Cola. Man, I hope I was able to show it, but if not, now we will run it back and I'll just do everything over again. But it'll make a feel inconvenience. But yeah, if you want to join this money train, you want to take action and you don't want to be waiting until it gets too high that we can't afford to buy in one coin. But anyway, for Live Mentorship, peace and blessings to Team Energy. I appreciate all the new members. If you want to support me, simply subscribe to my YouTube channel. where I drop daily videos of inspiration each and every single day. Just wanted to put out this information so you guys can know what to look forward to, or what 50 Cent said, shit like that. If you want to see, or waiting on a stimulus check, waiting on the government to do some shit, stuff like that. Because they not. Maybe not. It's just alleged, right? They don't give a fuck about if you survive or not. They claim to have weather machines, but they'll let us freeze to death or burn to death. Like, they don't give a. I'm just saying, like, you need to focus on what's going to matter as far as putting you in a better position in life. You should not have to better yours. And that's what this year is about, bettering you for you.